Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. COVID-19 overtime has some officials up in arms after payouts were confirmed. Also tonight, another day, another protest in front of the district courthouse by workers of the IPI Casino construction project. And new job opportunities will soon arise in the CNMI. We have the details. In sports, tennis is ready to make a racket. Players are on the move. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Thank you for being here with us.
For finding ways to keep things happening.
For making things feel a lot better.
Thank you.
Energize, realize, feels so good just to be alive. Time's a gift, my time is free. I can spend it on you, you can spend it on me. I can say you'll be blown away, but the change you see me. And I feel alright, dance all night, put a little flavor in my life.
Thank you for staying strong with us.
And for us.
Thank you for always connecting.
For keeping us together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding us
That despite this distance,
We are still better together.
Every day, every day, I put the good stuff in. No.
DoCoMo Pacific, better together.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Hafa Day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2020. The special House panel seeks clarity on COVID-19 contracts that reveal payouts for overtime. Sally Lemus has this story.
After much review of the COVID-19 contracts, the House Special Committee on Federal Assistance and Disaster-Related Funding has decided to bring in more agencies that can provide clarity on the expenditures. The documents reveal that overtime pay has been distributed to some cabinet members. Chairman Ralph Yumo says history is repeating itself.
Right now we're seeing the repeat of Super Typhoon U2 again, where cabinet members were given additional tasks and were paid for it. It wasn't at a 2.5 level, but it was a 1.0. So
the governor's authorized representative, Patrick Guerrero, addresses the issue.
The governor and the lieutenant governor's direction to Homeland Security and to all cabinet members is that, submit their time for the work that they're performing, and payment will be made out, assuming that all frontline employees are paid first. Unlike U2, where there may have been instances where some cabinet members received pay prior to everyone else in the department. That's not the case this time.
Guerrero says about $1.2 million has been paid out so far and will be reimbursed by FEMA.
Let me give you an example for Homeland Security. It's their jobs to go out and during disasters and support the whole response effort. That's their normal job. So FEMA would cover their overtime only. That's part of the policy of the Public Assistance Program. Then there's employees called from other departments or agencies to assist Homeland, because Homeland doesn't normally employ, a few hundred employees. They're limited staff. but during a disaster, then we call upon other agencies and other government employees to help support. So those employees are classified as reassigned employees. Their normal job might be an office position at DCCA. Now they're called to maybe help support the quarantine facility. So they're a reassigned employee, and in that case, not only is overtime reimbursable, but including their regular time.
Lieutenant Governor Honor Palacios also addresses the overtime issue and says the administration awaits the opinion of the Office of the Public Auditor and Attorney General.
Don't get paid. Now, do I believe that they shouldn't get paid? Maybe they should be, because they're putting in extra hours and extra efforts to help. Whether or not that's allowed in law or in regulation is another question. And I hope that we can eventually come to a finality on this issue. Unfortunately, if it is against regulations, then unfortunately those funds needs to be recovered. I can just project that the AG will insist on that.
Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemis.
Residents that arrived on the United flight from Guam Saturday will be getting their COVID-19 test tomorrow. Over the weekend, new quarantine measures went into effect for incoming travelers and returning residents. To self-quarantine for 14 days, fill out an online CNMI declaration form at least 3 days prior to entering Saipan, and register and respond daily to a SARA alert monitoring system. Non-residents are to arrive into the CNMI with a PCR test and take another COVID-19 test at the Saipan International Airport. Residents will be scheduled to take a COVID-19 test 5 days after entering the CNMI. And tomorrow, June 25th, is the 5th day since passengers arrived on the first flight into the new quarantine procedures.
Tomorrow's our 5th day due date for the arriving passengers Saturday, and we want to working hand in hand with DFEMS and CAC to make sure that, and DPS as well, for enforcement, to make sure that those folks that were at home quarantine are reporting for testing tomorrow. And if not, there will be some consequences, and I repeat, consequences for those folks that are not going to be showing up. So please show up. We encourage you, and we want to make this new directive work friendly to everyone, residents and non-residents.
CHCC CEO Esther Muñoz says there are 40 returning residents from Saturday's flight that are scheduled for COVID-19 testing tomorrow. She says the test will be a drive-through at Kanoa Resort between the hours of 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. For returning residents who do not show up for the scheduled test, a fine of $500 will result. But at the end of the day, Muñoz says it is the individual's responsibility and a community effort.
This is one of the reasons why this was implemented, because of the success of the people. It is everyone has really been doing a lot of personal responsibility, taking personal responsibility to flatten the curve. So we are here now because of our people, and because of that success, we want to make sure that people understand that you can prevent COVID by continuously, again, wearing a mask. So if you are in your own house and you have one bedroom, you wear a mask. You wash your hands, wipe down the areas that you touch to protect others.
As of June 23rd, Muñoz says 2 people are in quarantine at Kanoa Resort. To date, the CNMI has 30 cumulative positive COVID-19 cases with 2 deaths. Workers from the casino continued protesting today in front of the federal courthouse. Our Sally Lemis was on the scene with workers who say they haven't been paid.
A large crowd gathers once again in front of the federal courthouse this morning. Bulent Peker, who heads the Turkish team, says all they are looking for are answers.
We did not get any response from anybody. Why we are here, first of all, let us make it very clear. We are not here to tell anything to the court decisions or not here to support the IPI. We want only one thing. What we are telling is simple, easy, just to find the mechanism to make a payment for all these people.
Senior Vice President Donald Brown says they have spoken with Department of Labor Secretary Vicky Benventi, who says they are looking into what type of assistance can be provided.
The Labor Secretary technically doesn't have jurisdiction here in this court, but she said she would discuss with the governor and use the Department of Labor to see if they can assist us or somehow advocate for our position. And we really need a mechanism to pay people. That's what they're here for. It's the law. You got to get paid for your hours worked.
Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios says the government cannot interfere with the federal court's decision, but this situation certainly raises a lot of questions.
Over the last 3 or 4 years, this has always continued to be a challenge to us, to our community, from when they got the FBI raided your offices and found out that some of the employees were in violation of immigration laws. That's a situation that, one, tainted, again, us on labor issue because it's on our soil. Secondly, it also jeopardized the Commonwealth's ability to continue having CW. And that policy is now, with this situation, now once again, perhaps going to be called into question.
The current situation questions the future of recruiting CW workers to come into the Commonwealth.
So we're trying to save this and end up jeopardizing our ability to avail to other nurses, doctors, other employees in the tourism industries. So those are wide-ranging implications.
Palacios says he has spoken with the Commonwealth Casino Commission, who will meet tomorrow and discuss the further actions. KSPN reached out to Labor Secretary Vicky Benventi, who says she has no comment at this time as the situation is ongoing. I'm Sally Limis for KSPN News.
An extension to July 15th was given for filing taxes in the U.S. mainland and territories. And while that date is approaching, many are wondering when the refund checks will be sent out in the CNMI. Secretary of Finance David Adelig gives us an update.
The extension has been moved by the IRS to July 15, and we are tirelessly working to try to input all of the 2019 tax returns that come into the office. We're on target to enter all the returns in our system. The additional time allowed us to catch up. We anticipate 30 days after July 15, so August 15, we anticipate to have a request to IRS to pay out first our all tax child tax credits to our residents. And then after releasing that, then we will be working on the annual tax refunds shortly after, and that's our schedule. Most likely, first part of September, we'll start seeing tax refunds coming out for for calendar 2019.
Coming up, June becomes a more special month with a celebration of diversity. That story and more after the break.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. I'm in love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. I'm in love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Employment opportunities are popping up in the CNMI as the Department of Labor has been awarded a large sum of money to create new jobs. The CNMI Department of Labor Workforce Investment Agency has been awarded $1.5 million that will provide temporary employment.
Well, we applied to the U.S. Department of Labor, the Employment Training Administration, ETA, for this grant, and we were approved for $1.5 million. And so we're looking to use this money to fund temporary employment for up to a year for about 35 jobs, 35 individuals in the CNMI.
The CNMI DOLWIA is one of only 24 entities throughout the states and territories to receive this type of funding, which will provide jobs that have never been seen before in the CNMI.
Because, as you know, this is not the normal type of jobs we're looking at. In particular, we're going to use this funding as it relates to the COVID-19 task-related duties. So jobs like entrance screeners, data analysts, contact tracing staff, information technologies, for all of these jobs that are really not the normal kind of jobs. Obviously, we've never had this type of pandemic here in CNMI, and so this money will be used to fund jobs in these critically needed positions.
But there is a list of eligibility requirements.
Definitely, there is an application process, and in order to be screened for this job, you have to have specific experience, specific skills. For example, in information technology support, definitely you need to have knowledge of computers, software, hardware, etc. Data entry is easy to train, I think, but data analysts is something that someone should have experience with or education experience. So it really depends on the job the person is suited for. How they apply, or when they apply, we will vet those applications and see who is the best person for these particular jobs.
Benavente says salary for each position will vary. Those interested may apply through hiremarianas.com by creating a username and password through the sign-in section of the site. The first ever virtual proclamation ceremony happened on Tuesday as Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios declares June as Pride Month. Sally Lemus brings you the highlights.
We're here. We're queer. We will not live in fear. We're here. We're queer. We will not disappear. We're here. We're queer. We'd like to say hello. We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
The month of June marks the 4th year of recognizing the accomplishments, successes, and contributions of the LGBTQ community in the Marianas. Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios says the entire Marianas should work together in order to create a loving and accepting environment, especially for our LGBTQ youth.
As people of color here in the Marianas, bringing awareness to this issue like LGBT rights, racism, discriminations, will allow our islands, and our people to prosper socially as we pass the torch to the next generation of leaders to come.
To celebrate Pride Month, there will be an island-wide motorcade on Saturday, June 27th. It is called Ride for Pride Marianas, and you may visit their Facebook page for more information on registration. I'm Sally Lemus for KSPN News.
Coming up in the KSPN2 Sports Report, we talked to a couple of gold medalists. Summer is here, and so are we.
life gets better. Get on better internet plans with the strongest internet from DoCoMo Pacific. With whole home Wi-Fi, it's the better way to work, play, and surf at home with the fastest download and upload speeds in the CNMI. Your better internet comes with the free Plume SuperPod for the strongest and safest Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Sign up today for as low as $50 a month and get a free smart tablet. Better value for your best connection. Because in everything we do, we are always better together.
Half a day. I'm Dr. Dennis Williams, eye surgeon and physician at the Marianas Eye Institute. Presbyopia is a word that we use to describe the condition in which, as we age, we need glasses for reading. This usually occurs somewhere in our 40s, but some people can last into their 50s before they need glasses for up close. One of the signs that you need this particular problem solved is that you'll have to hold things farther away in order to read them. And when your arms aren't long enough, that's when you need the glasses. This has been Dr. Dennis Williams of the Marianas Eye Institute.
We are with you. At times when you need us most, you can count on us to be there. When you need someone to talk to. When you need to stay informed. When you need to brighten your day. When you need to stay connected. We are here keeping our promise that while the world is changing, we keep working so you can keep connecting. We are your DoCoMo Pacific family, and we are here to help.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, sports for the most part is stagnant nowadays. Athletes, though, are itching to get back to their games, and that includes the NMI's top two tennis players. While COVID-19 continues to surge and plague all levels of sports, pros and colleges are gearing up for a summer and fall schedule. Colin Sinclair speaks for many.
I'm a big sports guy myself, so I miss ball and everything. I miss playing, I miss competing, so yeah, I'm super excited for it to kind of start coming back. Hopefully all the health clears up, all the health issues clear up, and we'll get back out there.
The lockdown has been especially difficult for 18-year-old Carol Lee, who for the first time since 2016 is not traveling around the world playing in tournaments.
I think it's been around 4 years, since my freshman year started for high school until senior year.
This must have been strange then, having to sit out and not being able to travel during this lockdown.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's just really weird, and I miss traveling most of the time.
Has it affected you more mentally or physically?
I think physically, because I can't really do much. I can't go to the gym doing fitness. I am still playing tennis, but not as much.
Sinclair says he's been able to keep in shape despite the lack of tournaments.
So that's the one thing I have been able to do. Yeah, stay in a little bit of shape and started training again last month. And actually this weekend I'm going to head down to Cornell, which is where I went to undergrad, and I'll train with my old coach there.
But tennis plans to wake up later this summer.
They're planning on starting up August 17th, everything. So they're going to go all levels of tournaments from August 17th. They just haven't released the schedule. They don't know how many. So the tour wants to open, but they don't know how many individual tournaments will actually want to host. So they have to make sure, because they can say, okay, we're open, but then if the tournaments themselves don't want to host it, then they're not going to do it. Right?
Sinclair grew up on Saipan, and that's where his interest in tennis was born and nurtured. Thanks to a sports-playing family, his dad in tennis, his mother, former NMI Female Athlete of the Year in triathlon. Now entering the prime of his life with a world ranking, he has a clear vision of what he wants to accomplish.
I'm physically the best I've ever been. yeah, body-wise, I feel like I'm just definitely the strongest, fittest. Just need everything. And yeah, and that's why I'm still playing. Like, I think I can get to top 100. And as soon as that becomes unrealistic in my own head, then I'll probably stop.
Oh,
but top,
really? This must be something that you're always grappling with. The question is, how good can I be? When do I reach my level?
Right, yeah, 100%. You kind of, you have those days where you feel really good, and you're like, you know what, I can do it. And then you have those days where you can't put the ball in, and you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing playing this sport?
While Colin goes back to the pro circuit, his Pacific Games gold medalist teammate will head off for Georgia Tech.
I booked a flight from Saipan to Guam, Guam to Hawaii, and then Hawaii to Atlanta on August 3rd for now. Yeah.
Are you excited? Are you feeling it?
I'm excited because I get to travel again, but it's going to be a long flight, so I'm not happy about that.
And we got some good news here. You know, Carol Lee, she got your partners here. Carol Lee got a scholarship to Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, yeah, way to go, Carol.
The soon-to-be freshman has not even stepped on campus and is already impressed with the quality of this Atlantic Coast college.
I've been contacting with them, doing Zoom meeting once in 2 weeks with the team, the women's tennis team, and the coaches, the players, the academic advisors.
Heading off to college is most welcome for this world traveler.
For the first 4 years during college, I'll be with them, new family, new culture, and I'm excited.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Our high today, 91. The low, not low at all, 83. That's the highest low we've had in 2020. Heat index, 106. Our highest so far this year, 107. Humidity, 61%. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15, high 89, low 79, seas 4 to 6. Sunrise at 5:48 in the morning, a high tide 9:17, the low tide 4:49, and sunset 6:50. And that is your news, sports, and weather on this Wednesday. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here on Friday evening.